Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, I wanted to show you a stitch. Maybe some of you would like to make an infinity scarf with this stitch. It's kind of bubbly. It's really cute. So this is it's worked in rounds. So this is how let's say the back is gonna look. Yeah. But it's really easy, goes really fast. But yeah, well, this one is gonna eat some yarn. So if you like to make an infinity scarf or even a hat, a little bit, with these bubbles, you can give it a try. This stitch is very easy, goes really fast, and working in rounds is gonna be only one row repeat. So for this sample, I worked with 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. This yarn is asking me to use this 5.0 millimeter crochet hook, But like I said, it's gonna eat a lot of yarn. Well, with this stitch, you're gonna chain odd numbers. You can do the chains, or you can do the the foundation chain, single crochet. Here I have the foundation single crochet. It's gonna look like this. Yeah. So after you chain your odd number, or you put the odd stitches, odd number stitches, we're gonna have to close this into a circle. So we're gonna go to this line here, and we're gonna pull up a loop. I'm gonna leave that loop there, and then I'm gonna twist this like this, and then bring the tail, the end of the foundation, and make sure that this is not twisted. Yeah. And we're gonna go to the first chain that we did. Yeah. I'm gonna go in there, pull up a loop, then pull this loop through the next loop, yarn over the hook, and pull the yarn to the last two loops. And we're gonna go to the first stitch right here, and we're gonna do a slip stitch. And now we're gonna chain one, and then we're gonna skip the next stitch and into the next. We're gonna go in there, pick up a loop, pull the yarn through this first loop, and then pull this high, yarn over the hook, and go through this single crochet, the chain that we did. Yeah, here we're gonna go through that. We're not gonna go to the stitch. Yeah, so you're gonna pull up a loop again, and then pull the yarn through all these loops, not this one, yarn over and pull the yarn to the last two, chain one, and we're gonna skip the next stitch and into the next. We're gonna do the same. I'm gonna go in there, through the stitch, pull up a loop, pull the yarn through this loop, and then make that loop. You can do as high as you want this loop. Yeah, yarn over the hook, and we're gonna go through that chain that we did there. Yeah, not through the stitch. Hope you can see. So pull to be the same like other loops, the height, and then pull the yarn through all those loops, pull the yarn to the last two, chain one, and we're gonna do like this. Skip the next stitch and into the next. We're gonna do the same. And now you're gonna pull this high, yarn over the hook, and you're gonna go through that chain that you just did, not through the stitch, and pull this high, then pull the yarn through all these loops, pull the yarn to the last two, chain one. I will suggest do this chain one when you do this on top a little bit loose, because if you don't do it, you'll have a feeling like this is really tight. Yeah. So again, we're gonna skip the next stitch and into the next. We're gonna do the same. Pull that high, yarn over the hook, and go through that chain that you just did there. Pull a loop, and then pull the yarn to those two loops, and the last two, chain one. And I'm working now with a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, but I'm sure your yarn is gonna recommend the crochet hook that you're gonna use. So again, we're gonna skip the next stitch and into the next. We're gonna do the same. Pull up a loop, pull the yarn through the first loop, and then pull this high, this loop, yarn over the hook, and you're gonna go through that chain that you just did, and you're gonna pull it high and pull the yarn through those loops, pull the yarn to the last two, chain one, and you're gonna do like this. I'm gonna skip the next stitch, so you see I'm going through that chain, not through the stitch, and then pull high, pull the yarn through all these loops, last two, chain one, skip the next stitch, and into the next we're gonna do the same. Yeah, it's a very nice stitch, but this one is gonna eat a lot of yarn. But for a neck warmer, for an infinity scarf, I think it's, well, doesn't take that much. So skip the next stitch and into the next I'm gonna do the same. Chain one, skip the next stitch and into the next, pull a loop high, then go back again to that chain, and then chain one, skip the next stitch and into the next. I'm gonna do the same. Oops, I was going through the stitch. Chain one. So now we have 2 stitches left. We're gonna skip the next stitch and into the next we're gonna do the same, and then pull this high, chain one. It's gonna look like this. So now in this space here we're gonna skip that one chain that we did in the beginning, the previous row. We're gonna go right here into this space, and we're gonna do the same. Chain one, and now we're gonna work. You see, you're gonna skip this, and we have a line, this line, and a space between the line and this cluster. So we're gonna work into that space between the line and the cluster. So you're gonna go right there, in, you see, through that space. You're gonna do the same. Chain one, and you're gonna work like this, you know, round. You're not gonna join, you're not gonna chain one or whatever. So the next, you, like I said, we're gonna work between this, the space between the line and the cluster, right there. We're gonna do the same. So you skip, you move to the next space between that line and the cluster. Yeah, it's a little bit fluffy, this this stitch. I think you will like to use this for an infinity scarf or for a neck warmer, if you like, or even a headband, if you like. So is this space between the line and the cluster, and you pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, you go through that chain that you just did, yeah, and you work like this. It's very easy, but yeah, well, like I said, well, this one is gonna eat a lot of yarn, so if you do a infinity scarf, well, make sure that, but I think you have enough yarn, but I think it's nice if you use a thick yarn with this stitch. It will look really like clouds, like, I don't know, really cute. So I'm almost at the end. end of the row. So chain 1, and you're gonna work into the next space, pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, go through that chain, pull up a loop, pull the yarn through the loops, pull the yarn to the last 2, chain 1. So now you see you're gonna, this is the end. So maybe in here will be the time if you want to work with different colors. Now it's the time, because I have the tail here where I join the foundation chain. So here is the moment to change your colors, yeah, if you like, but I'm gonna just work it like with one color. So you're gonna work this on and on and on without chaining, slip stitch, or whatever, you know. So you're gonna move to the next space between that line and the cluster. Chain 1, and you go on and on and on. You see, looks like this. It's really nice. It's cute. You can, like I said, headband, infinity scarf. So if you like to work with this this stitch, I think it's quite nice. It's like this, very fluffy, and you have this. It's like a line here in between. Yeah. Well, give it a try, especially for you guys, the beginners. Maybe this will be your first. I would say infinity scarf. Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.